There were some startling developments over this past weekend at the box office. Mostly, you had the debut of Ryan Coogler's Sinners, which I hear some conflicting reports about. Either it was, pretty decent, or it was absolutely atrocious. It's like, I could believe either thing because that's the guy that brought you Black Panther, which is, no, it's not a good movie at all. But hey, it ended up having the biggest debut. I forget the way that this was couched. It had so many different caveats. It was the biggest box office debut for a brand new IP in like a decade or something like that. So I guess, shout out for originality and for being rewarded for doing something thankfully new in this industry in a minute. But is Hollywood going to learn from that example? Well, of course not. And then Minecraft movie inching towards $1 billion, which, holy shit, man, for as many kudos as the industry gets for, doing something original. Then you follow that up with Minecraft, nipping at its heels. It doesn't look like it's tracking to, eclipse Super Mario as the best performing video game adaptation of all time, but all the wrong lessons are going to be learned from both of those movies' successes at the top of the box office, but that's another story for another time. But if you look down the rest of the weekend, not quite until like the 10th spot, we'll touch on that with the with the third video on the day. Okay, you don't need to go all the way down to where Snow White ended up. No, you can just stop at, I think, third position. Okay, dropping in at third. Not Hatsume Hiku or Hatsume Miku anime shit. No. We'll talk about King of Kings, the King of Kings, the Charles Dickens storytelling adaptation of, the story of Jesus Christ, and it performing exceptionally well on Easter weekend. Now, it debuted last weekend, and it had a minuscule drop-off. Okay, yeah, King of Kings business drops a mere 10% in the second weekend box office. That is very fantastic. And yes, an animated biblical movie, King of Kings, turned into a box office powerhouse in its second weekend with a mere 10% drop off in business from its debut weekend. The official synopsis of King of Kings reads, inspired by Charles Dickens. Okay, keep that in mind. The King of Kings features the father telling his son the greatest story ever told, and what begins as a bedtime tale becomes a life-changing journey. It's the perfect story for this time of year, so yeah, they put that into the theater, and it's brought to you, by the folks over at Angel Studios. This seems exactly the type of stuff that they would do, and hey, they end up getting rewarded for it. Through vivid imagination, the boy walks alongside Jesus, witnessing his miracles, now facing his trials and understanding his ultimate sacrifice. The King of Kings invites us to rediscover the enduring power of hope, love, and redemption through the eyes of a child. Directed by Song Ho Jang. Okay. So you got a Korean cat directing the story of Jesus. Okay, hey man, if you did a good job on it, which by all accounts, that does seem to be the case. Now, the King of Kings stars the voices of Oscar Isaac as Jesus Christ. Wow, that's quite a cast. Okay, Pierce Brosnan as Pontius Pilate. Forrest Whitaker as Peter, and Ben Kingsley as High Priest Caiaphas. Okay, I'm not that religious. I probably butchered that last name. The voice cast of the film also includes Kenneth Branagh as Charles Dickens, Uma Thurman as Catherine Dickens, and Roman Griffin Davis as Walter Dickens, while James Arnold Taylor plays multiple voices in King of Kings, including Melicor, Matthew, Thomas Phillip, and young Jesus. Man, that is a star-studded cast. Angel Studios, which produced King of Kings, issued the press release Sunday noting that the faith-based film earned $17.2 million in North America theaters in its second Friday to Sunday frame, which is only a 10% drop from the film's $19.3 million opening weekend from April 11th to the 13th. King of Kings, playing in 3,535 theaters domestically, and has earned $45.3 million through Sunday. And going back to the Deadline article, okay, it ended up in third place. Fathom Entertainment, Chosen, The Last Supper, Season 5, Part 3, the Fathom Entertainment, also in Week 2, grossed $1.8 million and $11.6 million for a number 9 spot. Season 5 is now the highest grossing installment in the series, generating $42.4 million at the domestic box office. Parts 1 through 3 have a projected U.S. weekend of $2.6 million. Because, there's been a lot of those Chosen installments, so very good return for biblical stories in the past few weeks leading up to Easter, and so its success has been touted by a lot of people, including a name, if you were following along in the article right here, that I left out. Not because I didn't think he was worthy of inclusion, mostly because, he's kind of a piece of garbage individual, and normally we would be laughing at his expense, but Mark Hamill plays King Herod. Yes, that Mark Hamill, the insufferable, insane Mark Hamill ends up getting cast in an Angel Studios movie. I think that speaks more to who Mark Hamill is as a person, because he hates conservatives as much as Rian Johnson hates Luke Skywalker. But yet he's more than willing to say the lines if the check clears. When it comes to casting, iconic and well-established voice actors, you could do a hell of a lot worse than Mark Hamill. So it makes sense from their perspective. And I do believe that Mark Hamill thought that it made sense from his perspective. I just don't really think he factored in the backlash that he would have been getting for this, because Mark Hamill's leftist fans blast him for promoting Christian movie The King of Kings. Oh, him promoting a work that he's in is bad for a reason? Huh, interesting. Mark Hamill's leftist fans did not take kindly to the actor promoting his latest film, the Christian movie King of Kings, which was made by Moffat Studios and distributed by Angel Studios. Hamill promoted the film, which sees Charles Dickens, telling a story of Jesus Christ to his young son on Blue Sky. Okay, so he's over there on the leftist hug box Blue Sky, of course. Witness the glory of the greatest story ever told, all through the wide-eyed eyes of wonder of a small boy and his cat. An amazing cast in an awesome family film for children of all ages. Now, in a vacuum, there is absolutely nothing wrong with that statement. The King of Kings is in theaters today. # King of Kings. Now, that would totally be fine. That would be an excellent statement, and one that would be totally innocuous and completely accepted by everyone the world over. If this was Mark Hamill prior to his terminal infection of TDS for one half of fans, and then I was going to try to say something conciliatory about, the leftists out there, but I think that they've always been deranged. It's just now that they have more avenues to be vocal, their insanity has just been far more prominent. But yeah, it's an actor shilling his latest project, and it's wildly successful. And Mark Hamill is an actor. Well, he's more or less an activist first and an actor second at this point in time. So yeah, he's liable to put that out there. But his followers on that social media platform did not take kindly to the promotion. Weird. One wrote, "Love you, Mark, but no, religious nuts are always ruining our country." Yeah, this is Blue Sky that has an overwhelming PDF problem talking about religious zealots ruining the country. Oh, if you want to talk about the ones ruining the country, which avenue do we want to take on this one? The one that have disproportionate control over the government, or the ones that are moving into your neighborhoods and then sending out multiple calls to prayer throughout the day? Which ones are we talking about here? Oh, no, it's all of those, dastardly Christians that have done... What exactly? Okay. I prefer your other fantasy work. Oh, edgy Blue Sky atheists that are out there. Oh, wow. Got him. D.E. Jackson posted, "Hey, Mark, we're usually with you on your VO gigs." Okay, voiceover gigs. But Angel Studios, have you read about them? These guys are bad news. Yeah, like putting out movies like Sound of Freedom and working with Eric July with Ripa Studios and Ripa Send to put out independently published works. Yeah, no, they're really bad news, guys. They're terrible people, I guess. I heard. Funny how it's always, a bunch of creepy, lonely-looking white guys, huh? That's interesting. But, and Sally K. Horvath, the other contingency. "I'm a huge fan, Mr. Hamill. You made my childhood a happy place, but I'm going to pass on this one with the current slew of Christian nationalists." What? Warping Christianity and demonizing the vulnerable. Oh, no, there's people definitely subverting the Christian faith. It's just not the Christian nationalists, okay? I want no part of religion. Man, these people are sick, okay? It's like, if you didn't like him promoting the work that he's in, you could just go somewhere else. Others made it clear they would not be seeing the film. Love you, Mark, but no thanks here. No. Oh, okay, cool. Laura for the People Laura for the People, responded to Hamill, writing, "As I mentioned in your other post, too many are being othered right now by the rise of Christian nationalism." This is the type of shit that goes on over on Blue Sky, apparently, okay? Including my own gay family. Oh, right, yeah, they're being othered by the churches that are accepting this crap. Right. Until Christians actually abide by the teachings of Jesus, it is difficult to get behind a project like this, no matter how much I admire your work. Remember how I said that there were other people actually subverting Christianity? Here's one right here, but it hasn't been subverted enough for Laura for the people. Just not all people, some people. Still, another posted a card denigrating Christianity. Religion may cause temporary blindness in small doses. In large doses, it may cause death and war. Keep away from children. Oh, right, yeah, hard disagree, dear Mark. Oh, that's interesting. Religion is the opiate for the masses, bro. Be a more peaceful and reasonable person like Sam Harris who would still vote for Joe Biden even if Hunter Biden had bodies in the basement. Yeah, it's religion's fault. Ooh. Yeah, man, I'm not even that religious, but still, I think for the general population, okay, having a good core structure of beliefs is generally a good thing for society. Just having a really strong foothold for people to center themselves on. We see what happens when people don't have that guiding principle and how that spins out. Okay, hundreds of years, or rather 100+ years of communism over in the Soviet Union and in China just goes to show you what happens when you take God out of a society. And hell, we're even seeing a small microcosm of that over on Blue Sky. Again, do I need to tap the sign when it comes to how many people sign up for Blue Sky and what the percentage of playground enthusiasts always shake out to be? Another wrote, hard pass. This came on as a preview before seeing the Minecraft movie with my son. Holy shit. You would rather take your kid to see Minecraft as opposed to the story of Jesus Christ and hell, a Charles Dickens tale. Okay, you would rather have your kid go to that absolute brain cancer that is Minecraft. Some people really should not be allowed to procreate. Nothing like 3-minute religious commercial at the movie theater. That's an oof. Sorry, but religion is the worst thing on earth. I could think of a few other things. Oh, but do you want... Oh yeah, you do what you want with religion, but it's necessary to keep it secret. You do know that Mark is, he's not Christian, okay? If you take a look at his early life section on Wikipedia, you will be very quickly caught up to speed. And this one, I think this one takes the case. Teaching children about white Jesus, not cool, bro. That just goes to show you a couple of different things. That goes to show you the ecosystem over there on Blue Sky. Not exactly the most hinged individuals. But then you've also got Mark Hamill-centric people and the type of people that resonate with what he normally has to say, and when he just steps out of line just a little bit, that reinforces the old sentiment, leftism, not even once. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.